Welcome, Mickey, to the
Thank you.
craziest full moon I can remember.
Yes, it is.
It is. Tell us, what's going on? What's going on with you?
Everything's going on. Today, um, I am very, very, very subdued. The vibrations are so intense as to really kind of have the effect of shutting everything down, slowing everything down.
Mm,
When things go so fast, I think we tend to withdraw a little bit. We get overwhelmed and therefore we recede. So a person would think, you're standing in a frying pan and someone turned the heat on, you're going to dance faster. No, you might be so overwhelmed when you realize it's hot that you're just frozen for a minute.
yeah, I get it.
Now, that's kind of what's going on. We spoke last time about all the retrogradation, all the planets are going backwards and so forth. There are 10 planets, two of which you don't count. Sun and moon are never retrograde. But out of those other eight, for a while last week, seven of them were going backwards.
Hmm.
Okay, now just imagine you only have eight friends. They kind of get along with each other, some better than others, but you walk into the room where the eight of them are, and seven of them are fighting like mad. That other eighth one is just standing there looking, going, what the hell are they up to? Okay, that's where we are because only one of them stepped away from the fight.
Mm.
There
Mercury.
are now six of them still wrestling on the floor, jumping up and down, popping each other in the mouth.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no wonder we've all kind of sat back and gone, what's going on? What should I be doing? What? And
Yeah.
that's kind of what it is. And when I got a inkling of what was really going on, I just kind of threw my hands up and said, wait, cut the madness. All this crap you're saying in your head, but what about this? And what about that? And what if what? No, wait a minute. Nothing's really changed that much. There's a different energy going on, but your life didn't suddenly change. Your face didn't suddenly change. You're not in a different incarnation. You don't have 17 probable selves that just flooded in the door. Think about that. I
One of
mean,
it's one of those days.
if you're going to think up stuff that can make you sit back and go, holy crap. There are certain types of things. This is a spiritual discussion. So we're not going to talk about, oh, the groceries cost more. No, we're going to talk about what about all that crap that happened when I was meditating? What about all of a sudden I was channeling? What about, there are a lot of spiritual things we could throw up in the air and be all freaked out by, but it's no more warranted than it is when there's physical stuff going on and people say, calm down. You'll think of something, but you got to calm down first.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at. We've come together today to hold each other's hand and go, okay, take a deep breath because we can get through this.
And
Right,
that,
girl?
yes, that's exactly what we
Yeah.
need to do. I
That's
want
all
to
we have to do today.
I want to say welcome. We've got two friends that are on. Joe is here. Good afternoon, beautiful ladies. Well, good afternoon to
Hi,
both you. And
everybody.
and Audrey is there too. So love you girls.
You know what the message for the day is? The spiritual message for the day.
Gentle.
It's booga booga.
I love it. I love it. Yes,
That's it.
we need to make each other laugh and we need
It
to.
doesn't make any more sense than that at any time in the universe. Now we come away from that and try to make sense of our lives. That's how courageous we are.
We are. I mean,
So,
we put it out there that we wanted to live through all of this. Like,
yes,
what were we? What
we
were we
wanted,
thinking?
we wanted strange and unusual. Well, we got that.
We do.
And okay, so we've got to pull together today and simply acknowledge that we're trying to do something that is very courageous and visionary. We're putting together what we think and what we want and how we want it to happen and blah, blah, blah. The biggest lesson of them all is although we get together to learn how to work with intention, actually, the finest thing you can possibly do is throw your hands up and go, okay, universe, we got this. Go ahead, do what you're doing. And you know why that always works? No matter what else you do, you can pray, you can meditate, you can whatever. But that always works because you're letting your higher self do what it knows to do. Whether
Yes.
you had a conversation first or not, I talked to my higher self and I was in a meditation and it told me to do blah, 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 blah. No, suppose you simply say, you know, I really trust you. I created you. You're my higher self. You're even higher than I am. So I know you know what you're doing. So if I'm not currently grabbing the wheel and saying, but I know the way to get to, it's already there. So to let it tell you how it got there and help you along the way, there's nothing wrong with that. If I don't know what I need to do right this minute, then I can throw my hands up and I know that my higher self has my back.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to come together and learn how to have each other's back by working on our own.
I have to tell everybody that's listening here is like, the same things that are going through my mind is just what Mickey said. And we have not talked for like 2 days. And
Right.
so like, it's so uncanny that we come up with the same ideas and the same thought process. And, and truly, we all know that our higher self, oversoul, source self, whatever you want to call that bigger self of yours. I like source self. That feels good to me. But that source of Kate, I know that she or it, I don't know if it's a man or, it's non-sex.
It's
Anyway,
nonsense.
yeah. So, oh, here's Martin. Hi, Martin.
Hi, Sugar Martin. Hello.
And he made it. Oh, big hearts and all kinds of things. We got
Oh
loves
yeah.
and
Hey,
hearts and
Joe
thumbs
and
up.
Audrey and Martin, we good.
I love it. I love it. Um, when I am connected to source is truly mostly when well, let's say in the past, not now. So in the past, when I connected to my source is when I was doing Reiki. And when
Yeah.
I'm doing Reiki, I am what they call in the zone, right? Clearly.
Mm.
My friend Greg says, "Oh, Kate, you just like turn on a switch, turn off a switch." And that's truly what used to happen. Like I would stand behind someone, start to do Reiki, create sacred space, and it just wasn't me anymore. It was
Right.
it was source. And Greg would always say to me, "Don't you want to stay there all the time?" And I'm like, "I don't know how to stay there all the time." Well, that's crazy, right? I should be able to know how to do that all the time. So last time we were together for the new moon, we planted seeds. The seed that I planted, this is what I have. Isn't that just a beauty? This is
That's
a
gorgeous.
Bulgarian seed crystal. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that
Yeah.
awesome?
That is
Um,
beautiful.
I use this as my touchstone, right? And
Yeah.
I wanted the connection to all that is. And 2 days ago, the realization came to me that the creating of the sacred space, the being in that space of doing Reiki or of healing somebody, of assisting somebody, that I can do that every minute of every day. Every minute of
Mm-hmm.
every day. And I have had floods of things going on and happening. And during this crazy last night, I went out. I had an interview that I did, and it premiered last night with the woman that took me to Egypt. And after that was over, and it was a great success. I think it went very well. I don't know if any of you caught it, but it's on YouTube. You can see it. It's also on my website. Um, But I went outside with my drum and I drummed to the moon. And
Ooh.
it was hiding behind clouds. I could see it pop in and out here and there, but it wasn't fully present. But it didn't stop that drum. I mean, I drummed to her. I was sure I was going to have all the neighborhood in my backyard. But it was I've been saying to everybody, I'm like, this full moon, the energy is so incredibly strong. And it may be the full moon with all the retrograde planets and all of the energies coming at such a height that it's beyond, I've never felt this much energy before. Never.
Yes, yes. Well, one thing about this one, um, the full moon comes, the full moon goes, the new moon comes, the new moon goes, and it goes round and round and round all year. This one, though, one of the reasons why we're really feeling this one is in Aries, first sign, and Libra. Okay. So it's right across the natural zodiac. This is Aries is the very first sign.
Oh.
And this thing stretches across from the house of you, which is your first house, to that house of the sixth house of everything you do and work on and so forth. And, it's all about health issues and whatnot in that sixth house. So it's all about you, either on the physical level and including on the emotional level. Libra is Venus.
Oh.
And yes, so we're talking about the heart in many ways, not just romantically, but it's all about the heart, the physical one, but it's talking about what you value and how you feel, since it's the moon over there in the first house in astrology, in Aries. That's for you and how you feel about everything that you work on, quote unquote, at house of work, what you value, what do you value, and what are you going to do about it? Once you know what you like and who you are, and you start to figure out, well, what do I want? I want to get this and I want to get that, and I want a job good enough so that I can buy this and I can buy that. When you start setting up who you are and your intentions and everything, you're really discussing what do I value? So you're really, as you go about in life, you're up against your own imposed goals. And right now, that line is stretched very tight from one side to the other of just that. We're talking about that first house. And when it falls, when this opposition, this full moon falls, including the first house, that's your whole personality. That's the you of you. So we're going to feel this in a lot of unique ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The fullness of this is going to pour down on us, folks. Saying it's a full moon. The moon's emotions, and if it's full, they're pouring out.
Yeah.
So don't let things get to you. I told Kate before we started, I had a little situation where I had to reinforce a lesson that I had gotten earlier. The lesson was about me standing up for what I really should. I
Mm-hmm.
tend to be soft. When people mess up, I kind of like, well, that's how you're being you. I don't have to get into it and I'll let it go. But there are times when you shouldn't let it go.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the lesson reinforced when some people who made an agreement with me petered out of the agreement. And then when I solved it and we made another agreement, they messed that up and then came long after and wanted to redo it. Well, we're here now, so let's do. I said, no, I told you you had to be ready by a certain time. And after that, I'm unavailable. So when they push you to try and say, well, you could let us do, no, 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 no. We had an agreement. It was in black and white, and you agreed to it, and you didn't live up to it. So now you have to figure out another time. Right now, I'm not available.
Mm-hmm.
But the trick was to not feel badly about it afterwards.
Right.
Oh, I wonder if I was too hard. Well, I could have been a little more generous. No, 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 no. I'm learning stick to itiveness.
Nice.
You know, So that's just a way of illustrating what we're talking about. The you of you is what's getting highlighted at this time. This particular one, as we head toward the winter of life, that's the
Mhm.
underground stuff.
Right.
And so first it starts off with you. Now let's get you all adjusted.
Hmm.
And that's where we're at.
Right, right. I mean, this is the harvest moon, so it is a time to gather things together, put things in place, and it is taking care of you for the rest of, like you said, the winter season, the fall and winter season. I think our meditation, our journey today is going to be much about healing, but it's about allowing too. It's allowing
Yes.
the energy to come through. Um,
And
we
that's what healing is, allowing.
Yes, absolutely. Or, that's true. I've had people come to me and ask for healing, yet they still didn't allow it. And
Right.
I don't really understand why, but it's been a couple of people, and I don't know that they realized, but I could feel that they were just totally blocking it. Yet they were asking for it. So, and that comes down to fear. So, this is a time to put those fears aside. Know in your heart and in your mind that you made it. You've got a higher self that's out there. You know that you're going to transcend this, and you already got this. So it's just a matter of getting from point A to point B by allowing and making your life easy. And that's what I think that this moon really is trying to teach us. It's like allow the energies to happen, allow the feelings to come, and don't take anything personally.
Well, some of allowing is allowing yourself to be truthful about what you're asking for. A person who comes to a healer and says, help me, or goes to the doctor and says, fix this, but then they don't do anything they were told, which means they really weren't meaningful when they asked. They wanted to ask. Sometimes you ask for things because you thought you should,
Right.
you know?
It's
So
it's
yeah,
like the child that asks for a whole house, right?
yeah.
Yes, yes, she really does want that whole house, but what is a child going to do with it? And how is a child going to take care of it and pay for the taxes and whatever? So, absolutely.
What's wrong?
My computer was doing stuff. I'm like, what was
Oh,
that? Oh,
okay.
was it that apparent that I was very distracted at that moment?
I knew something happened all of a sudden.
I
The
know. Well,
whole thing changed.
I have things turned off so that things don't bong and bing and stuff like that. And then I had something fly up my screen. You never know what that could be. Um, I want to say thank you, Joanne. She saw the interview I did last night and she said it was wonderful. So please, everybody, check it out. The woman is a wonderful sound healer. She's a naturopathic doctor and she's a good friend of mine. And she really puts together some really lovely packages. So
Well, I look forward to seeing it. I haven't seen it yet.
shout out to my friend, Dr. Katya. Oh, and Carol is on. Hi, Carol.
Hello, Carol.
Carol was on. She saw it last night. So
Well, I meant to take a nap last night. Remember, I talked to you and I said I'm going to take a nap and then I'm going to watch it.
yep.
And I woke up at 11:30 this morning.
I sent you Reiki. This is, right
I
after
felt it.
I sent you Reiki, and then my grandson contacted me, and I got very distracted for about an hour, and the Reiki ran and ran and ran all that time, and then I finished it up later on. So you got a heck of a session.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had the feeling that it began slightly later than what we said.
It did.
Okay. Well,
Hmm.
and I was feeling it right. Okay.
Yep, it did because he needed my attention, and yeah, so awesome. I love it. I love it when we can confirm these things. There's a lot of people out there that don't really believe in distant Reiki, distant healing, but as we are so all connected with everything, we are a part of all that is, and
Mhm.
each one of us is a part of it. We are all connected. And
Yeah.
that even means the flowers and the trees and the grass and the bugs and, everything.
Well,
Uh,
you can't define God without understanding that we're all connected.
yes.
That's
Right. Right.
all there is. Well, if that's all there is, then
It's all
you
there.
and me and
Right.
Krishna
Right.
and the Buddha and the candle
It's
and
the air that we breathe, and just with
everything is
every
part of it.
exhale, the trees take it in and then we take it in, and oh yeah, it's just
But
all.
we're all part of the same spirit.
Absolutely we are. And so when one hurts, the other one's hurt. Oh, Martin said he dropped his phone. I don't know. Oh, at the same time that I did my thing, his phone fell. Maybe I was seeing that, Martin. That's crazy. That doesn't surprise me though. Doesn't surprise me.
Me
Yeah, I did want to tell people also that I have put up, and I know Martin has seen it because he's commented on it, but I decided to put my Reiki class out there free. So I started recording it. The first part of the class, which is the power of intention and beliefs, or beliefs and intention, something like that. That will be broadcast Sunday at 1:30. It'll premiere then. I will not be around for the premiere, so I hope somebody gets to see it. I again have to take care of the grandson, so I'll be with my Joey. But I'm hoping to put out one every Sunday until the whole class is out there. And all the teachings will be free. Now, that does not include attunements or certificates or anything like that. If you want those extras, then contact me directly and we'll make arrangements for that. Because I'm not, I definitely believe that attunements are so special that they need to be done personally, like one-on-one. I,
hmm
I don't want to put an attunement out there that I do an attunement and anybody that watches gets it. I
No,
want to make sure that the attunement is specifically for the person that I'm doing it for.
right.
Um,
And
and-
it needs to be compensated.
oh, well,
It
yeah.
does. I mean, that is a very important part of it.
Hmm.
It vibrationally is very, very important. I don't care how much it is, but it has to be something.
Hmm.
There has to be an exchange of some
Hmm.
kind.
And I haven't decided that yet. I may make that up with each person that contacts me. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
may be a very personal everything. But it feels so important to me that everybody at least learns what this is about and how
hmm
to do it and what it means. Because there's a lot of misnomers about it, and people don't understand it, and everything that I'm going to tell you in that class you can do right now. You don't need a certificate, you don't need the attunement. Those are extra pieces. This is going to benefit anybody that wants to learn about it. So I just wanted to say that it's kind of my gift to anybody that wants it.
Well, the most surprising thing to me about taking the courses, was that I came away understanding, gosh, we do Reiki every day, all day, in other ways, many, many, many ways. It's
Me too.
getting you familiar
Hmm.
with literally how your spirit works.
Hmm.
And once you know it, then you empower it even more. But it's out there doing its thing.
Some of the easiest ways, and I don't want to turn this into a Reiki class, but some of the easiest ways that people could catch how they do Reiki already without a class at all is you're hammering up a picture and you hit your thumb, and what's the
Yeah,
first thing you do? You grab it
yeah,
and stop the pain.
right,
Some people put it in their mouth. But anyway, they stop the pain. That is giving it your own personal energy. You are
right,
healing that boo-boo. When you have
right.
a child that has a fever, what are you doing? You're holding their, you kiss their forehead to, feel their fever, and you are giving them love and attention. You are giving them your own personal energy. You are doing Reiki at that point. we naturally do that for each other and ourselves. But when you have a bellyache, what is the first thing you do? Is you hold your belly and you squeeze it, right? You're giving it Reiki, you're healing yourself.
You
So
start to rock.
yeah, yeah. So we do that. What Reiki teaches you how to do, though, is to bring in universal energy into your crown. And it's so funny because this journey we're going to go on, I want to use that
Yeah,
that feeling of allowing and receiving this energy to come in like a big funnel into your crown, down your chakra system to your heart space, right?
right.
That's where we always go when we go down our steps. We do our 3 to 1 count, we go down 10 steps, and we end up in our heart space. Once we get down there, I'm just going to try to allow you to flood in that universal energy. And when you're doing that, and then you let it, you fill yourself with that, then you let it flow out your hands. That's when you're doing Reiki. That's when you can be healing yourself. You can be healing others. Could be, I mean, I do this with my plants. I've done it with animals. You can do it with anything. Anything you
Yes,
can. I even do it when I'm putting gas in my car, right?
right,
I will
right.
make sure that I'm, sending that energy through that gas pump so that I'm getting great gas mileage. So, I mean, you can use this for everyday life. There is nothing that you don't already use it for. Thing is you're probably using your own energy. This is a way that you
To
have
add,
unlimited energy. That's why they call it universal energy, Reiki.
right.
I love it. Okay, enough of that. I love this. Um, okay, so let's see. I'm just looking at notes over here. I haven't seen any more. Um, and it's just the beautiful energies of this moon. And this is a time of, right, it's the harvest moon. So we're harvesting what we have been planting all of these seeds throughout. Oh, really? We've been doing this since January. First, first new moon in January, we started doing this work. So we're reaping now the benefits and we're seeing how those seeds are now coming to fruition.
Hmm.
So this is the allowing, this is, the receiving of the good things in life. And still, if things aren't working, don't worry about it. They could come next month. They could come tomorrow.
There are going to be some interesting things that crop up, just happen for you that should be good things, even though they may be small. They'll go from little tiny things to great big things. We don't know which ones, okay? But this particular one, all of the full moons are about you getting some of what you've been putting out there.
Mhm.
This one, there's really some lovely things that can pop up that you may have forgotten you even asked for.
Mhm. So keep
So,
those things in mind. Keep in
yeah,
mind the seeds that you've planted in, especially in the last new moon that we did. Like we
right.
made that touchstone. Remember that. So what was your touchstone and what was it about? I mean, mine was about the larger connection to all that is. And I've been flooded with messages and with
Hmm.
to do and I've been paying attention, far more to everything. That's why when that thing came up my screen, I noticed things like that. I'm like, oh, what am I seeing? And acknowledge and be grateful, right? So this journey that we're going to go on is going to be part healing, it's going to be gratitude. I want to make sure that you have your touchstone. It doesn't have to be your physical one. I know I have mine here with me, but just when we go into our creation room, that it's going to be there with you. I
Got it.
love it. You got yours and I got mine, so both of them are crystals.
Right.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be an actual stone to be a touchstone. I mean, I could have made this my touchstone. It could have been.
It could be something that someone you really care about gave you once.
Hmm.
It could be, for instance, I still have my mother's handkerchiefs.
Oh.
We don't even use those today, but back in her generation, no lady had a purse that didn't have a little hanky in it.
Or they tucked it in their little, slide.
Well, that's something I didn't know about until I came over here. Everybody over here does that with the
Oh,
tissue. Blow your nose and you fold it up and stick it in your sleeve. And I was like,
my That's my grandmother. She always had one in her sleeve. Yeah, absolutely. And the Italian women, they used to do the tatting on the end.
Yes, that's
And yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Those handkerchiefs are beautiful.
this favorite one that I kept them all that were in the jewelry box, but this particular one has the most beautiful lavender flowers
Hmm.
embroidered on it
Mhm.
out of chiffon.
Oh, wow.
They're attached, you know, there's little pieces of chiffon where someone embroidered tiny, tiny, tiny
Hmm.
cast on stitches around the edges to give it
Wow.
stability.
Right, right.
And, you know, I mean, she passed in 85. So I've had them since then, and she had had them for 40 years before that. So whatever it was they did to that chiffon, it works. Because
It worked. Thanks.
what I was saying was you could have something that was very meaningful for you that
Mhm,
someone gave you, and that can be a touchstone as well.
mhm.
Whatever it is that brings up emotion and
Right.
makes you feel a pure emotion,
Mhm.
then that makes a good touchstone.
It does. And especially if you're using a touchstone for like a past relationship or something specific that you use something that makes you
Yes.
think about them, evoke feelings about them. Where mine was about all that is. So I picked, I don't know why. This one, it's so deep, it's so spiritual. It's one of
Lovely.
those, isn't that stunning?
The whole little universe in there.
I know, and there I am upside down in it. Um, but I found myself and I placed it, I put it right next to the chair where I sit and watch TV, and I would just sometimes sit there and hold it in my hand,
Yeah.
and feel it was a physical connection to the feelings and the seed that I had planted that I wanted that connection. And I don't think I'm ever going to keep it anywhere else anymore. That's the best place for it. I mean, I could put it by my bedside, but when I'm sleeping, I'm really not holding it. Whereas where it is, I could just grab it and I do it, quite often. So
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
once a day, at least one, if not more.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
These are important little items to define for ourselves.
yeah, yeah. So think about what you set up and, have that in mind when we go into this new journey that we're going to go in. And this one really is going to be about you and about love and about allowing and about giving.
Yeah.
Oh, my friend Lee, she just signed on. Blessings and love to you both. Thank you.
Hello, Lee.
Thank you, thank you. So Lee was here about a month ago. I think she was here for one, and so
Welcome back.
I love having her and Joanne with me, but but they're still with me. I love that, the power of now, right?
Yes.
That's a whole nother one, right? The power of
That's
now.
another one. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So here we are in real time, all talking to each other, yet my time is 2:06. Mickey's time is
Mine is
6:06.
706.
7:06. Okay. 7:06. Okay. So, well, do we think we're ready for this journey?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know about everybody else, but I'm ready.
So we're gonna start now, and we're gonna do the 3 to 1 count. So close your eyes, get very comfortable. Breathe in, and on the exhale, visualize and say 3, 3, 3. And inhale again. 2, 2, 2. And inhale again. 1, 1, 1. Now I would like for each one of you to visualize in your mind's eye a staircase. There's 10 steps. The right hand has a railing. It's made of wood. It's smooth and it's warm. And hold that railing. We're going to go down these steps to our heart space. 10, 9, going deeper and deeper. 8, 7, deeper still. 6, 5, deeper and deeper. 4, 3, deeper. 2, 1. You are now at the bottom of the staircase, and you're in your meditation room in your heart space. You see your quantum door. Your fireplace is there. You see your couch or your lounge, whatever furniture you have created. This is such a familiar, warm, inviting place to just sit and relax. Now to the left, you're going to find the doorway that goes to your creation room or your lab. And that's where we're going to go. I would like for you to go into that creation room and sit at your desk that has your screens in front of you. Uncover both of them. The one on the right is your creation screen, and the one on the left is your swipe away screen. So what I would like for you to do is sit in your chair. Your screens are turned on, and I would like for you to just relax. Take a deep breath in and let it go with a ooh. Nice. Let's do that again. Ooh. Nice. Know that every time you take a deep, deep breath, you go into a deeper place of mind. And you can do this at any time. And when you exhale, you release energies that are pent up that you don't need anymore. So we inhale and go deep, and exhale, and release. Beautiful. Now we're sitting in our big, comfy chair in front of our screens. And you are now ready to receive all the energy that you need. We are all made of energy. The whole universe is made of energy. Every rock and pebble, drop of water, human being, animal, plant, we're all energy. And these energies vibrate at different rates, some faster than others. Now I would ask that you allow this energy to come in through your crown chakra. Just feel this energy flooding in the top of your head, very top of your head. Allow that energy like a funnel to come in past your third eye, your all-knowing, all-seeing vision. You see it. It's a beautiful indigo color. See that energy swirling. And even as you're sitting there and your eyes are closed, gaze up towards the center of your eyebrows, just above them a little bit. And see that swirl of beautiful indigo energy. And that energy continues to come down your central channel to your throat area, and here it is beautiful sky blue. See that energy. It's vibrant, and it helps you with your communication, and it helps you with your creativity. Now allow that energy to come down a little further to the center of your chest, and you can even hold your chest at your heart space. And you see this energy is now beautiful emerald green, beautiful energy. And it is filling your heart space, your entire chest area. And we are watching this, either in our mind's eye or on our creation screen, but we're feeling it in our physical body. allowing this energy to fill us. And it just keeps filling and filling until it's coming down our arms and out the palms of our hands right here. The energy is coming out right here, both hands. But we're still going to hold those hands to ourselves. So this universal energy is coming down into our crown, all the way down to our heart space, down our arms, out our hands, and right back to us. This is a time that you can accept the healing of the universe, knowing that the universe and you are one, and you are feeling this, and you are allowing the healing to take place for your highest and greatest good. No other intention than that is needed. Now you may be looking and visualizing this on your screen, or you may be visualizing it in your third eye. Either way is perfectly fine. Now what I would really like you to do is to send this energy to each one of us, right? Send this energy through the ethers so that we each receive your energy. We receive the energy of each other's. Now I like to think about doing this by sending it around in a clockwise fashion, touching each one of us. The ones that we know that are on, the ones that will be on, and the ones that have been on. So we're sending the energy of the universe, which is all good intentions, good feelings, good emotions, love, peace, compassion, joy. Sending all of these feelings to each one of us. Always, always receiving first. We receive until we are full, and then we send again. And we feel each one, each individual energies that are coming back to us. Now, I would like for you to take this beautiful feeling of this vortex, this circular motion that we're creating, and expand it. Expand it beyond the physical room that you're in to your neighborhood, the people that are around you. Send this love, compassion, peace, joy, calmness to your neighborhood. Now increase this to your city that you're living in. Increase it. It is so strong. Feeling this energy come into your crown, sending it in a clockwise fashion. Feeling that vortex. I physically feel myself even moving. I don't know that I really am, but I feel it. Increase this energy to your state, your country. Increase it to the northern hemisphere. Increase it to include the southern hemisphere. The love, the peace, the joy, the compassion you are sending around the world. And it never runs out because it is absolutely infinite, universal. You receive the love, you send the love. It's beneficial for everyone. It's beneficial for you and for me. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your energy and creating this very strong vortex. Now, while we are feeling this, and we are strong and we are powerful creators, on our screens, collect the items that we need as we're going to go through our quantum door to our village. And you can bring whatever you feel is necessary. Some examples would be a drum, crystals, love, peace, or anything else that you think you will need. And place in your pocket your touchstone. Now I'm going to ask that we, step out of our creation room, our lab, and walk through the meditation room. Stand in front of that quantum door. On the other side of this quantum door, our intention is to harvest the intention seed from the new moon that we have placed. So we're going to see the benefits. Standing in front of the quantum door. And each person's will be different depending on their touchstone and what their intention was. But we're going to go through our quantum door. And on the count of 3, that door is going to open and we're going to step through. 1, 2, 3. The door is open. Now step out, fly out, jump out, hop out, however you get out. Cross the threshold to this quantum world. And over here, we have our creek on the left side, our little bridge that goes over to our village, and we're going to go to the village. And I'm going to allow each one of you to go on your own, visit whatever buildings, whatever rooms that you need to see your seed and how it was planted and how it's being harvested now. You will have plenty of time to cross, go into your village, and I will call you back in, about 5 minutes, and we will gather in the center, in the open area in the center of the village. Enjoy your time. together in the center of the village. Let's all gather together. And if others have joined you in your village buildings, bring them with you. Bring your objects that you've created, whatever they may be, drums, love, crystals. Let's all gather together under the full moon. And this is a time of celebrating and giving thanks. Giving thanks for all of the things that have manifested to date and that are in the works. Giving thanks for the connection that we have to each other, to the world. Giving thanks for the connection that we have to all that is. Giving thanks that our higher self is always watching out for us, always has our back. Now, as I'm seeing people gather in the center of the villages, there's a bonfire. We're all in circle. And we're celebrating. Some are drumming. Some brought rattles. Some have little bells. Some are clapping their hands. And I hear singing. Let's just sit with this feeling of the warm fire and the excitement and celebration that we're all sharing. The celebration is very exciting, and we're still feeling that energy pour in our crowns, coming down to our heart space, filling our heart space, coming out our hands. But now our hands are just excited and happy, and the energy is just spilling out, and it's filling this area. And we're high-fiving each other. We're so grateful to be together again. We're grateful for the energy of the earth that we can feel at the soles of our feet. And that energy also comes up through our channel, through our root chakra, our sacral, our solar plexus, and then connects our heart as well. So now we have the energy coming down through our crown to our heart, and the energy coming up from the earth to our heart. We are so full of love, of this vibration, this universal energy, that we just can't even contain it. It's spilling out in every way. We are fountains of energy. And we are all in each other's energy, feeling the love. the celebration, the compassion, the joy, happiness, all those feelings, all under Grandmother Moon as she watches us, smiles, pats us on the back a little bit. We feel, good job. Now it is time that we gather together and cross our bridge and walk back to that quantum door. Come back to our meditation room. And the door closes behind us. And we are so full of the love from each other and the universe. Under the beautiful light of the moon. The gratitude just fills my heart. Now I would like for you to take a deep breath in and out. And start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. And stretch a little bit. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to this room. Thank you for all journeying with me. Thank you. Well, Audrey said that was wonderful. Thank you, Audrey. Um, Funny, in that meditation, I realized what I had done wrong is I was supposed to stop my video and then share my screen. And then I couldn't do it while we were busy. But hopefully I should probably make notes about that. Has everybody come back? Do I need to count you guys out? Hmm. Okay, so it's me and you, Audrey. I don't see anyone else. Audrey, what was your touchstone? Do you mind sharing? I will say that in my journey, I went to the building of knowledge, and that's where it came to me about the techie work that I forgot. Audrey, it was a crystal. I wonder if we all chose a crystal. That would be like bizarre. No, it would be exactly right. I see this group as being definitely a crystal type group. There's our girl. Hi, Mickey.
Hello. That was quite something. I am speechless.
Hmm. Carol also had a stone. So I think we all chose crystals for our touchstone.
Mm.
Um, yeah. So it came to me what I did wrong. It was too late, but I won't forget next time. Yeah.
Well, you make yourself a little chart that can sit on the desk in front of you and then remind you.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do that. Yeah, right. Last time I did it, it was a trial and everything just worked perfectly. What I forgot to do is I forgot to stop my video.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. Well, I hope that everybody was able to go to the room or the building that they needed and that they were able to harvest what their intention was. Martin said he made a multicolored ribbons of light and celebrated them around the
Ooh,
fire. Ooh, nice. Nice
Very nice.
visualization.
Oh, Marcia, that's wonderful.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gee, ha ha, that's lovely.
Yeah, that's a beautiful visualization. And I love it when we do gather together. I mean, it's nice when we do these journeys and they're very alone. They're very, was anybody able to bring any people to the fire with them?
Yeah,
I didn't. I was alone. It was just
I
me
did.
and you guys.
I did, yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
I had what they call hang drums in a
Oh,
circle.
I love
Around
them.
the circle were drummers, and then inside that circle were the hang drums,
Mm,
and inside that circle, and inside that circle, you know. So it had concentric circles of participants.
nice. Beautiful. I love those kind of drums.
I
I
do too.
I have a small one and it's not one of them, but it's a metal sound. It's a simple one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I used to have a thumb piano, but I don't have that anymore. I left that in America. But there's some. I do have my agogo, which is it's two bells that you hit to make a noise. It's
Oh,
shaped in a um,
a
it's
U
shaped, yeah,
upside
upside
down.
down.
Yeah.
And so the bells are on the end of it, and you hold it by that center, and you can click it with whatever you want, hit it with whatever, and it makes a nice resonant sound.
I have
But
two.
it's not delicate. It's very, very much like part of a drum group. You know, it's a loud sound. It's not melodic,
Okay.
but it's a lovely little African instrument. And
Nice.
yeah,
Nice. It's funny. So you have a thumb,
I
you
had
said
a thumb piano.
piano. So I call them thumb drums, but
Oh,
I don't know why, because it is more like a piano.
well, there are some in Africa that have as much as 10 or 12 different things to pluck. It's not just the two like we see in America. You know, people
No,
are
no,
bringing little ones, but
this
they
one
can
is
be
like 8.
okay. Yeah.
I think there's 8, 7 maybe, I don't know. But
Well,
anyway,
seven would be a whole octave.
maybe that's what it is
And
then. I
then
don't know.
usually you get eight of something, so you get the low octave and the high octave of at least one of the keys. You know what I mean? Like you on a piano would stretch from C to the next C,
Right. Hmm.
even though it's only up to that point is the actual octave. But
Hmm. Lee said she lost you. I don't exactly know what that means, but she says, I lost you, but I brought my pumpkin and my dog to the bonfire.
oh,
That's
that's
the last
nice.
I heard. Thank you. That was great. Listen to my husband drive from Corning to Roseville. That was her message.
Oh,
Yeah. But that's so nice. You took your dog to the bonfire. Nice.
that's nice. Yes. And
Yeah.
the pumpkin, that's growth and harvest. I mean, that truly is a harvest celebration.
Absolutely it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right.
I like that.
Yeah. I encourage everybody to, take your drum outside tonight and drum to the moon. Um, Drum your gratefulness for everything that you have. And if you don't have a drum, you can clap your hands, you can take a wooden spoon in a pot. I mean,
Yes,
you can
yes,
take two, remember spoon things to put two
yes.
spoons together and you can clap, clap, clap them, or there's so many things that you can do to make noise, to celebrate
It's all about the
energy.
noise.
It's
Yeah.
all
I
about the
mean, of
noise.
any kind.
It's the vibration. If you have little bells, tingle
That's it.
bells.
It's
Uh,
just noise itself. Yeah.
mhm, mhm. Yeah,
For the resonance of it.
nice. I,
I most of mine was quite deeply personal, but the one thing I will share about it, other than the circles, is that in my village there were these circles, like I said, of the drummers, regular drummers, then the you know hang drum and so forth and so on. But
mhm.
the odd thing for me was that I was not in it. I was about 1,000 feet above it, looking down on the circle.
Oh, interesting.
I've never had that before, and that was an amazing thing to try and adjust to. I had no idea you could do that, but that's how it went.
I remember about 3 years ago, uh,
Uh-huh.
we did a meditation, and I remember, and I want to say it was Martin that was floating outside the window of apartment
Oh,
5 looking in. Do you remember that?
yes,
I remember that.
yes,
Yeah, and
that's
and
right.
he did come in, but for
Hmm.
a while he was floating.
Right
Um,
out the window, yes,
yeah, I
because we
remember.
could see him from the inside and looking
Uh,
through. Yes,
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah.
we fly.
We,
Sometimes we fly.
isn't that awesome? Yeah, well, I remember back in when we did that one, we had what like the Jetsons had the
Yes.
little sidewalks that moved
Yes.
moved through
That's a
time.
nice image. I wanted to do that again. That lovely idea of the moving sidewalks. That was great stuff.
Well, maybe
We have to
we'll
do that again.
maybe we'll work one in. And it's so funny because I remember doing that one and I had a very I don't remember now what I wanted to do, but I had a very thing planned out. And
Yes.
and when I got to it, it's like, yep, nope, they're gonna be moving sidewalks. You're wrong. I'm like, okay. And it did, it worked great.
Well, I love the idea as it goes with some other things that we talk about, which is, the now and the fact that that all nows are happening, all time, past, future, everything is at once. So that analogy that day with the sidewalk moving allowed me to move back and forth through time. It's just, step onto the sidewalk beside it that was moving another way or another direction, but I kept moving from one to another to get where you're going, and I love being able to play in time that way
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I know more now than I did then. So,
And at that time, we were going back to the 19, I don't even remember when, but the 70s, 80s, somewhere in
70,
that time
yeah,
frame. We could also, and I think we went left. If we go right, we can go to the future.
yes, that's
That
it.
might be interesting.
Left is the past,
Mhm.
right is the future.
Yeah, yeah, that might be
Generally
interesting.
speaking, I mean, who knows? Somebody may have their own personal thing that functions in a different way. That's all.
Absolutely. I just, that particular one, that was the thing. I remember we walked out, and if we went to the left, we were going back in time. If we went to the right, we were going forward in time. And we were definitely heading to the back. So
Yes.
pretty awesome. Yeah. And I think
What a
about this,
nice little group. You people
we've
have
only
some
been doing this
lovely
since
imaginations.
January, but we've really been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I want to say all of them are somewhere on the internet. Like I don't exactly
Yes.
remember where they are right now, but they're somewhere up there. Right?
Yes.
Because we did them on Facebook. I'm sure they show up somewhere.
Well, I was about to say, aren't they all on YouTube?
I think so. But I think I did them all on Facebook Live, all of them.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
should be there somewhere. But
Well, this was wonderful today. This
yeah.
was a whole different vibe. It was a new approach. It
Well,
was great.
the healing felt like it really that was a necessary point, and that feeling of the energy coming in that was it was you but more than you, that it was all of us, and then
Truly,
sharing of that.
truly.
So I used to do way back before 2012. I
Oh,
did full moon meditations every month, and there was a script that was written by the Mayans. So this was made to help people that were afraid of the end of the Mayan calendar. And I just it was the first guided meditation I'd ever
no.
and that part of sharing the love with each other and then spreading it out into the community, that was all a part of it. And then there was always a part where we had a sacred site we went to, and then we gathered the information and the energy from that site that was for us. Um, and I still have all of those, and
That's nice.
I did a lot of research on them, and then other ones were just given to me because this community, whatever, they wanted everybody to do it. So, but what I did today was a little piece of that. And
Yes,
and it felt really right to go back
it
to,
was
felt like I was
lovely.
going back to my roots.
Yeah, that was very nice to experience.
Yeah. And it's very healing for the people that are doing it. Like it was
Yeah.
very healing for me, but it also, I noticed that my whole neighborhood got really peaceful at that. And I hope everybody else felt that same calmness when we were really sending it around the world. And I used to spend almost a half an hour doing that piece in
Hmm.
those meditations, whereas this one might have been, I don't even know how long it was, 5 or 10 minutes. So,
That works very nicely.
mhm. Well, I thank everybody for being with us, and I hope that you go out and drum to the moon. And I'm gonna go out again tonight. I went out last night. It was pretty nice. I hope it's cloudy here today, so I'm hoping that it clears up by evening. And it's probably already up for you, Mickey.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes to 8
Mhm.
here, so it's dark outside.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep. All right, well, I'm gonna have to change what I do. I'm gonna have to stop making these 1:30 to 2:30 and make them 1:30 to 3 because that's more like what we do anymore.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful that everybody wants to stay with me and they like what we're doing.
Yeah.
And Mickey and I we put a lot of time and thought into bringing, things that we think people will need, want, desire, whatever. So,
And noticing the vibrations that are going along during those weeks that are in between.
yeah.
You get an idea of what the flow is and what's the message and what do we need to hear. And,
Hmm. Hmm.
it's stuff to pay attention to.
It is. And please, send us comments and notes. I mean, I'm even fine if you call me up, we can chat. If there's something that somebody would like to do, if somebody would like to do the journeys that would, instead of me, I'm open for that too. I don't need to do them all. I thought about asking Mickey if she wanted to do today's, and then life got crazy, and so it didn't come about. I was late getting on. I forgot my touchstone. I forgot how to do the,
That's very interesting.
yeah, I know, darn retrograde stuff. Uh, I want to be so professional, but you know what? We're just real people.
People
Yeah,
enjoying each other
kind
and
of.
discovering the universe, discovering our place in it.
Mhm, mhm.
It doesn't have to be more formal than that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
This
try.
is a gathering of spirits I really like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, this is a wonderful group. Like when we were at that bonfire, like the feeling of camaraderie and love. I mean, we have a community that is unlike any other I've ever experienced.
It's very, very, very nice.
It is, it is. And for me, it's communities that have come from 2 or 3 different locations that have
Right.
all come together. So I am grateful for each and every one of you, especially you, Mickey. You're always
Oh,
there
thank you,
for me.
sweetheart.
I
I just,
adore you.
oh, thank you. I think about everybody during the weeks that we're apart, and we're not really apart, but I do send to the people in the group so many times during the weeks. I really do. And I'm sensitive to feelings. Sometimes there are fluctuations in that person's spirit that dip or rise or whatever. So
Mhm.
I'm grateful to be able to feel the others, you know. in obscure ways.
It is nice, and it's an openness, it's a trust that we have built over the years. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. It's funny to say years, but it is, isn't it?
It is for some of us, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, actually, there's, a year, well, everybody's more than a year for me, but
Yeah.
some are up to 4 years.
That is so
My
amazing.
God, Lee, I don't even know how long it's been. It's probably been over 10 for Lee and I.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Been friends a very long time, so yep, love her.
Wow.
I
Okay.
love you all, and thank you for being with Mickey and I. And Mickey, I will see you again real soon.
Yes.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Love you all. Bye bye.